Guys, we have the new to us bow hunters, the VPA Omega. Now this 200 grain broadhead has some sweet features to it. Stay tuned. What's up guys, Jake Sleesman, Blue Collar Outdoors. Today we're gonna have to film this quick. Mother Nature is not on our side. We have tornado watch right now. We're supposed to be doing the one chip challenge today, but Hawk ended up working and now we can't get to anything we want to film. But we're gonna sneak this broadhead test in. This is the VPA Omega. All right, as you can see here, it's really hard to film this and give you a good look. It is, like I said, we're trying to rush this. We got some serious weather coming, but you can see it's a single bevel right there. This one, I shot last week. We tried to sneak this in, ran out of time. It blew right through the target and into the dirt. This is not the one we're gonna use, but you can see it's got a tonneau tip on there for extra strength on impact. Now as Moose will take back over, the cool part about this is it's the easiest to sharpen or resharpen single bevel, because you can take this broadhead and you can lay it flat and go up on your stone or whatever you use to sharpen. It lays flat and you can touch it up on a strop or whatever. Now at first this is only going to be offered in this size. This is a 200 grain broadhead. It's a single bevel, of course, 1/16 inch cut in diameter, which is more than enough. It's got a sleek design. I think this is going to be really cool in the gel. It's made out of premium tool steel, but I think the coolest feature about it, everyone knows single bevels are just badass broadheads, but they can be a pain to sharpen. So that lay flat technology, I think that's one of the coolest things. Also, these are completely made in America and they are sharp. You gotta be careful screwing these in. My mind's in like 95 places as I'm checking for clouds, because guys, ballistic gel, legit ballistic gel like we have here, we have FBI grade 20% certified block, same density throughout, hates water. That is its downfall, because it ain't jello and it's getting pretty windy and pretty wet. So what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna weigh this arrow real quick and then we're gonna get right after it, shoot it in the gel and see what happens. So let's just get right to it. We have this tared at 0. Now this is a 200 grain broadhead. The arrow I'm shooting is, I gotta test this still. This is an Exodus MMT 300. It's a 246. I can't remember what the grains per inch is, but we're just gonna weigh this out here, see what we're shooting. That's not touching over there, nope. Okay, so this arrow is gonna be weighing in at 555 grains. Last year with these Exodus arrows, I couldn't shoot the broadheads I wanted. I was going to personally shoot a 150 grain afflictor after our tests, but this arrow wasn't going to fly consistent enough with it, so I kind of had to backtrack and shoot. I think I actually shot 125 and that was about all I could give away with. But for what we're testing here today, it's not going to matter because it's just one shot in the gel. But before we even get to it, let me just say this right off the get-go, because I'm going to get 100 comments. Ballistic gel and animal game tissue, anyone with a slight of common sense, Jimmy, understands that it's not the same, okay? Now here in Western New York, we do not have hogs to test in. We do not have anything to test in. Personally, I would much rather shoot gel and use a little common sense and understand what would be effective and what wouldn't be using gel, because it's not a living animal. So I really like the gel tests because they do yield information. You can see the wound channel. You can't see the wound channel that good cutting through bone or anything like that. I mean, you can, but you can't at the same time. You're not washing it real time. In a gel block, you can see all of that. Now, is penetration, like these high FOC arrows, this one is not, but you may not see a difference in gel. You will 100% see a difference in whitetail. That's where the common sense comes in. But if your setup gives you good penetration in that block of gel, you're gonna blow through deer. If you have a good build setup, you'll be able to break bone. You'll have a plan B option. So guys, gel testing, is it whitetail game tissue? No, it's not. Do you need hide in front of it? No, you don't, because it's that dense. So let's just get the white elephant out of the room here. It's not the same. We understand that. I know I'll still get comments below, and I'm just gonna figure out where this is in the video and just drop the comment there, because we get comments all the time, but this is the best that we can do for you legally, because at the end of the day, if we were supposed to test this stuff, we'd have to need a lot of doe tags to be able to test this like we do on the channels. This is the best option. Just use this right here, up in here, under the bucket hat, also linked down below. Use that, and then you can have a really good information from this test. Cheerio. The speed, I don't have the lab radar today, as we're trying to get this test in for you guys. We couldn't last week because of weather. It's questionable right now. That gel block, if it gets wet, it's ruined. So that's a $170 item down there. So I don't really want to get it ruined. But we have an upgrade down there. We have the Canon M50 down there viewing on the side as we speak. I'm gonna shoot this first one into the target. I'm gonna aim dead middle, and then I'll run down real quick, pull it out, and then shoot the gel block, because then that way we know for sure where it's hitting.
You're a little low.
Touch low. Okay, so aim top and we'll be fine. Shooting an inch low, I'm aim a touch high. We're at 20 yards. I'm not saying the speed in this video because my setup for last year, I was shooting 292. This is my Matthews Tri-X, 83.5 pound draw. Has the monster wake limbs on there. So here we go. I'm gonna shoot a touch high, and I'm actually gonna kneel so I can get a good trajectory through that block. You're good?
Yep.
I will say this, Exodus, the guys there, they did tell me anything over 125 grain head could cause a little difference in flight. We are going to be testing these broadheads on Moose's arrows, which are better designed for this kind of head. But with the weather, we just figured this would be quick. Once again, Matthews Tri-X, monster wake limbs, 83.5 pound draw. I don't know the speed for this test, guys. It's heavier. I would say it's probably around 270 feet per second. With this 550, yeah, because my 500 yeah, because my Spartans were 556 and I was shooting 271. So it's around there. We will get the lab radar out next time. Let's run down there. Let's check it out and see what it did. All right, guys. So once again, this is 20% FBI grade certified ballistics gel. And as you can see here, this is a 16-inch block. With my setup right now at 20 yards, we're getting, you know, about 11 inches of penetration. Now keep in mind, in a whitetail, this would have blown right through. And as you can tell, there really isn't much of a rotation in the gel block. But what we've noticed with these single bevels in gel is the fact that you don't see as much rotation as you would in game tissue, because this is so much more dense than game tissue. We've had a couple that were extremely impressive. The Thrive broadhead is one that comes to mind. And actually, I can't remember what the other one was. It was like an off-brand, but it was really impressive in the gel. True Glow 4-blade titanium, that's what it was. But you can see the entrance cut is actually pretty impressive too. It's smaller, but in a gel block, you're not gonna get the fancy, huge cuts because you're shooting gel. So you can see here, we're gonna have a lot more tests with this broadhead. This one's kind of rushed, so I do apologize, but as you can look up here, we have a tornado watch right now for this area, and just show them behind you. Behind you is where the good stuff is.
Oh, over here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and then that is why we're rushing right now, because we're trying to get this in before we won't be in Kansas anymore.
You never were in Kansas.
No, we wasn't, but we'd end up there. But, so we can get up now, Moose. Come on. We're gonna have a lot more. We're gonna have a lot more tests with this VPA Omega. I can do a video breaking down all the features. Also, we'll do a video sharpening this on my stones and on my strop, because to be able to just lay that flat and sharpen it, that's huge. And actually, in this gel block for a 200 grain head, with a little bit bigger profile, it did extremely well. You have to keep in mind, this is much denser than any wild game you're going to hunt. Yes, it can be deceiving if you don't think a little bit, but that's why in every test we shoot gel, we let you know, guys, you cannot, if you're getting 11 inches of penetration into this, you're blowing through a whitetail. If you have your arrow set up for higher FOC, you're going to be protected on shoulder shots as long as your broadhead's tough. So all that, it comes under common sense, guys, but we're going to have more. I'm thinking we should probably get this gel under and get inside. Yeah, it's zipping. So guys, as always, drop your comments below. Let us know what broadheads you want to see. We do have 2 brand new gel blocks. We're going to break them in a pretty sweet way. We have a self-defense round pedal slug that blows up on impact. We have 2 of them, so we're going to break in the gel blocks with that. But guys, we got a lot more testing coming. Drop your comments below. Let us know what you want to see. Let us know what you thought of this. And as always, Jake Sleesman, Blue Collar Outdoors. Hope you're having a good day. A lot better than this. We'll catch you on the next one. Toodaloo.